I did things in Miami I haven't even told my husband because it's just I had that much fun. It was well, not like that, but like I knew he would he would judge the kind of partying I was doing.
What's up, guys? I told your producer that I want to be introduced now. I don't want to be insider. I don't want to be Scoop City podcast host. I just want to be MILF. Just straight up MILF. That's what I'm going for.
What the hell?
I think for women, the actual wedding day is the moment. So, I mean, Kev was all down for it. I was the one that was very skeptical. I was like, oh, I don't know. And so the night before my wedding, I'm making calls, and I had a phone interview set up with Jimmy Garoppolo. Hey, it's the night before your wedding. You sure you want to do this? And I'm thinking, like, of all the people in my life that I'm going to talk to the night before my wedding, the one guy my dad wanted me to, or my mom wanted me to marry was Jimmy Garoppolo. And he's calling me. Like, this is a sign.
No wonder Dianna Russini's husband has been feeling emasculated. No wonder he has been questioning her commitment and feeling like he has been standing on the sidelines. No wonder Dianna Russini is reportedly on the verge of divorce. Headline at the Daily Mail. Dianna Russini's husband faces ultimate emasculation as explosive new marriage details are revealed. Supposedly, the Daily Mail spoke to a source that is close to the dysfunctional Russini family. Unsurprisingly, their marriage has taken a serious hit in the aftermath of this scandal. If I had to guess, I would imagine that their marriage has never been all that great. I mean, kind of hard to have a good marriage when your wife is naming your children after her side wiener. According to the Daily Mail, Dianna Russini's marriage is at a breaking point. She is mourning the loss of her marriage, and Dianna Russini is also mourning the loss of Mike Vrabel, who she really loved. She really did. She thought Mike Vrabel was her forever. She thought she was different. You know, for the most part, there are two types of women, and women normally are really good at letting you know which category they fall into. There are women who are loyal, women who will adore you, women who are willing to commit and won't hop on the nearest stallion when life gets tough. Women who fall into this category are the women that you want to marry. Then you have the others. Unfortunately, it seems like more and more women are falling into this category. Examples of these women would be the girl boss, the yentas on The View. Women like Whoopi Goldberg, who is capable of beating any man in a toxic farting competition. And women like Dianna Russini, the admitted party girl in her 40s. They pride themselves in being one of the guys. They're fun to hang out with, they're the life of the party, but once the party is over, they tend to lose their appeal. In most cases, not all, but in most cases, marriages with these women end in heartbreak, which is why most self-respecting men refuse to marry them. Mike Vrabel has been redefining the role of NFL insider with Dianna Russini for at least the last 6 years. When their relationship started, Dianna Russini, she was not married, but Mike Vrabel was. Basically, she was the other woman. 6 years, and Mike Vrabel never left his wife to be with Dianna Russini. Why? There's a difference between the women you marry and the women you have fun with. Unfortunately for Dianna Russini, her relationship with Mike Vrabel, it's not the only thing that's over. Her marriage, which seems to be heading for divorce, it is not the only thing that's over. Before both of those perished, Dianna Russini's media career, it was first. Her career is over, but that's okay. According to the Big Lead, there is some good news for Dianna Russini. There is someone in the media who is willing to give her a second chance. Problem is, this opportunity, it is destined to end in huge embarrassing failure. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. I wanted to take a second to thank you guys for last month. As you guys know, I missed 9 days last month for vacation. I missed a third of the month, which means my revenue should have been down by 30%. My views should have been down by 30%. But somehow, April was my best month of the year. I don't know how. I don't know how I could miss 9 days and make more money and have more views than I did in the first 3 months of this year. But between both channels, we were just under 2 million views. I appreciate it. Thank you. Uncle KC appreciates your support, and I appreciate you guys for showing up for me every day. Headline at the big lead. Dianna Russini gets job offer from John Wiener. What? John Wiener? At this stage of her career, shouldn't Dianna Russini be doing everything that she can to stay away from Wiener? All kidding aside, John Wiener is that Stu Gotts guy from the Dan Le Batard show. I guess he has his own production company and he is willing to give Dianna Russini her own show. Mike Felger, who is another veteran in sports radio, sports media, he says that Dianna Russini should embrace being notorious. She should launch a show and be the girl who tells it all and tells it like it is. For starters, I don't know why Dianna Russini would align herself with Stu Gotts. It's nothing against him personally, but the dude's got 15,000 subscribers here on YouTube. His most popular video in the last 12 months has like 35,000 views. Most of his videos struggle to eclipse 1,000. So Dianna Russini falling under his production company, it doesn't really make sense. However, she could start her own YouTube channel independently. The question is, would it work? You know, a lot of these media personalities, they look at YouTube as an easy fallback plan. They get fired from their job. They have some name recognition from working in the mainstream, and they think they can start a YouTube channel and millions of people will just magically appear. Now, some of them are successful, and some YouTubers are bothered by it. Me personally, I think it's a good thing. The better someone like Stephen A. Smith performs here on YouTube, the better I perform, because my videos will be recommended next to his video that you're watching. But a lot of these media people who attempt to make the transition from YouTube or from the media to YouTube, they fail. There is a huge difference between working for a major media conglomerate and being independent on YouTube. YouTube is like the NFL or the NBA. It is the ultimate meritocracy. I know people complain about the algorithm. I've complained about it before. But for the most part, if you entertain your audience, if you create content that people want to watch and you do it in a way that makes you stand out from the millions of others, you will succeed. You either step up or you get pushed aside. In the media, you can have success based on diversity. You can be given jobs or opportunities based on your marginalized status, or based on being a woman in a male-dominated industry. If you're given a show on ESPN, if Stephen A. Smith gives you a role on First Take, you're pretty much guaranteed to have hundreds of thousands of people watching. There is no guarantee on YouTube. So if Dianna Russini were to start a YouTube channel, what would she talk about? Uncle KC, she could talk about the scandal. She could talk about her salacious affair with Mike Vrabel. Those videos would generate millions of views. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. But what next? Where would Dianna Russini go from there? You see, the value of her career, it was tied into her contacts in the NFL. More than likely, those contacts are now useless. Last I checked, every player, every coach in the NFL is a dude. If they're married, they can't be associated with Dianna Russini because the first thing people will think, or their wives will think, is she's doing the fornicating with him. So, what does she do? Does she follow the advice of John Fegler and embrace being notorious? Does she create a show talking about her sex life? Do you guys remember Joy Taylor? She used to co-host with Colin Cowherd. She eventually hosted her own shows on FS1, and she was eventually fired. There were reports that she was difficult to work with. Some claim that Joy Taylor was rather promiscuous. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. What I do know is, like many others, Joy Taylor thought that she could revive her failed career by launching a YouTube channel. She talks about pop culture, she talks a little bit about sports, and she talks a lot about her sex life. Most lonely men, they think Joy Taylor is an attractive woman. An attractive woman talking about her fantasies, that should generate millions of views, right? For the better part of 2 years, Joy Taylor has struggled to draw an audience. And by struggle, I mean her audience is damn near non-existent. Last month, her YouTube channel generated less than 150,000 views. She averages less than 5,000 views per day, which means Joy Taylor is making around $25 per day here on YouTube. Uncle Casey, that doesn't make sense. A beautiful woman talking about sex. Joy Taylor should be a huge success. This is the trap that some women seem to be falling into. They think they can exploit themselves. They think that they can be the next big star on OnlyFans. And for a little while, maybe it works. Problem is, not sustainable long term. There's always someone younger. There's always someone better looking. More importantly, there's very little value that is being offered. I hope Dianna Russini does not fall into the same trap. I wouldn't think she would, but you never know what people will do when they get desperate. Dianna Russini, she's going from making $1 million a year to making nothing. Her marriage is on the verge of divorce. With Dianna Russini being the breadwinner and the cheater, I highly doubt she would get any alimony. At some point, she's going to have to do something to make money. Can't rely on being an NFL insider. Can't rely on talking about the scandal. Hopefully, she doesn't follow the career path of Joy Taylor, because Joy Taylor has already proven that that road ends in huge embarrassing failure. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.